The weather world keeping things exciting, ladies.
Go.
Yeah, here we go is right. Okay, we begin with what it looked like this morning up Big Cottonwood Canyon. Great video coming out of Brighton Resort where we had the snow coming down. We picked up a couple of inches in the northern mountains. Alta reporting 5 inches for the overnight in the last 12 hours. So that weak front that we talked about, well, it wasn't that weak, ended up delivering 5 inches of snow to the high country. Now, as we take a look at what we were seeing in the valley, it was rain, folks, and that rain was coming down in different spots. It was showery. There wasn't a ton of precipitation, but that front came through and changed the weather scene. High pressure no longer in control, and as a result, we see changes with an active pattern taking over, and that includes tonight. Goodness, that is a pretty shot. Thanks, Dawn, for sharing it. ABC4.com for your pictures and your videos. As you look at the satellite radar, you see that first front, there we go. We see it towards Grand County, putting down a little rain that's exiting the state. But as we look towards the northwestern corner of Utah, we have that wet weather that is moving in. It's starting as rain over towards the West Desert, but in the corner of the state near Park Valley, that's snow. Yeah, snow, and we saw that today in Duchesne. More headed to this area. Cold air is going to take over as the front sweeps through, and that's going to bring the chance for valley and mountain accumulation. Hope you're ready, because here we go. It's going to be a quick hitter. 40s and 50s for those highs, but I have to note 54 for that high in Salt Lake was a midnight high. We had those mild southwesterly winds cranking temperatures, and we saw that warmth as we hit midnight. We eventually cooled off following the front, and as a result, we cooled throughout the day. 50s on the eastern side of the state, 62 in St. George. Looking at what to expect tonight, mid-30s right now, but we know the snow is knocking on our doorstep. We will see that wet weather transitioning to snow as we get through the overnight. Numbers dropping into the low 30s along the Wasatch Front for the overnight, and we will see that cold air taking over. Snow for 9 a.m., meaning snow showers, and your morning commute definitely going to be tricky in spots. Winter storm warning in pink, winter weather advisory in purple. These go into effect here in about the next 45 minutes for the high country and just after midnight for the Wasatch Back and areas underneath that winter weather advisory. Accumulating snow expected in these parts of the state, which means winter travel should be expected. We saw some complications up towards Sardine Summit, and we are going to repeat that with the chance of snow in the area. Forewarned Futurecast shows us the timing here, so we're watching as this moves in. Going to stop at just after midnight, and you see how that snow at 1 a.m. fills in all the way down to Utah County, even as far south as Fillmore. Cache Valley and the Ogden Valley start to really get things cranking. You notice that that snow holds on by 3 a.m. and into the overnight. Cold front comes through and we get a northwesterly flow. We know what that means here in the Beehive State. Cold air starts to filter in. We watch by 6 a.m. how that morning commute could bring snow showers and slippery conditions. Telling you now to give yourself a few extra minutes. By 11 a.m. the snow holds on from Logan all the way to Lehigh, as well as for the Wasatch Back. Camas getting hit around the lunch hour. We watch as snow showers will linger. What we're seeing here is a little bit of lake enhancement. The possibilities there for the afternoon and evening. We have that northwest flow, and that often means snow showers will continue throughout the afternoon and into the evening. By 6 p.m. you can see that lake effect there impacting portions of Tooele County, and it looks like the southern end of the Salt Lake Valley, so towards Magna, also into Utah County. We eventually will clear the moisture early Saturday morning, but what's left behind? Some really cold air. Be ready for it. Here's a look at the snow potential as we take a view here. Northern mountains are going to get hit hard at 8 to 16. 1 to 4 inches, though, for the Wasatch Front valleys. Benches will do a little better. Mountain valleys under that winter weather advisory, looking at 4 to 8, 5 to 10 for the high country. And I do think the upper Cottonwoods, if we get that lake effect cranking, could see closer to 2 feet. We're going to keep an eye on it and, of course, keep you posted. What's the most important here? We're forewarning you for your commutes. As you look at the travel, you're going to notice that Sardine Summit and the Cottonwoods definitely looking, and US 40 there, at the chance of periods of road snow. What you're seeing in yellow, put out by the Department of Transportation, shows road slush, and that extends all the way into central Utah as far south as the I-70 and I-15 interchange and in the northeastern corner of the state. So we have the potential to see some slick commutes even for the evening, with showers wanting to hold on. Daytime highs, well, they plummet. This is a quick moving storm. It's out of here by tomorrow night, but the cold air will stay. 30s expected for the highs tomorrow. 35 in Price, 37 in Cedar City, and 54 in St. George. Speaking of Washington County, here's a look. We get those 50s turning to 40s with dry conditions in the southwest corner of the state. You're eventually going to see colder air in the south, which is why Saturday Looks a little cooler, definitely, for St. George folks. They're going, 40s? Yes, 40s. That's below average for the southern part of the state. As we look at the Wasatch Front, notice those numbers in the 30s for the next couple of days. Blowing snow is a possibility with the winds coming in that northwesterly flow, so that's why commute times could be a little trickier than normal. Again, this is a quick hitter, which is why we dry out, but an unsettled pattern holds on into early next week. The 30s and 40s, we see them and we go, okay, that's cold, because this week we were in the 50s, but we got a little spoiled, folks. So we're gonna have to toughen up because that's close to average and where we should
winter.
be. Yes,
Okay.
it's coming. It's coming. Quick
Thank
story.
you, Alana.
Yeah.